welcome to our first lesson of the Egyptian Arabic course. I hope you enjoy this course. This is our first lesson, but first let me introduce myself. This is Muhammad Ahmed, a native language instructor from Egypt. I teach Arabic as a foreign language and I teach English as a second language. I got my TEFL diploma certified from Oxford University in the UK. I also used to teach Arabic as a foreign language at Fairfield University. I hope you enjoy this course with me. This is our first lesson of the Egyptian Arabic course. First, we are going to discuss some basic information about Egyptian Arabic in particular, and of course, some basic information about Arabic language in general. Let's start. Please feel free to contact me anytime whenever you have any question or whenever you need any clarification about anything. First of all, there is an important question that a lot of students may ask me about. Is Egyptian Arabic the same as modern Standard Arabic? Having been said that the Arabic language is the sixth most followed language in the world, Egyptian Arabic is followed by some 70 million people in all around the world, but most of them are natives of Egypt itself. Egyptian Arabic is a subclass of Eastern Arabic dialect which is also largely followed in the North African regions like in Sudan and Middle Eastern countries like Iraq and Syria. Arabic has 28 consonants and 3 vowels. Yes, only 3 vowels that exist in the Arabic language. Of course, we will go through this in detail when we come to a lesson that's called the long and short vowels. But just for now, to let you know that we have 3 vowels in Arabic, 3 main vowels. This is the first one, which is Aleph. This Aleph is equivalent in English to a long A sound, and this is the first long vowel that we have in Arabic language. The second long vowel is Ya. Letter Ya is equivalent to Y in English, long E sound, or long I sound. The third long vowel that we have is Wow. Wow, letter Wow, is equivalent to the English W. These are the 3 main long vowels in Arabic language, and we have the rest are all consonants. In Egyptian Arabic, you can create 3-letter words just using consonant to convey your message. These consonants are known as roots. Pattern of vowels are then added to or in between the roots, following basic protocols to generate various nominal and verbal stems. So we have an important basic information here. Arabic sentences are written from right to left, and the normal sentence has a structure that starts with a verb followed by the subject and concluded by an object. Irregular verbs are seldom used in the present tense in Egyptian Arabic or any dialect of Arabic for that matter. For example, is and are not used in sentences having present tense. For example, history repeating itself will mean history is repeating itself. So why you study Egyptian Arabic? Egyptian Arabic is the main Arabic dialect that is completely understood in the Middle East. You will find that Arabs who are from different Arab countries and live in the West have no difficulty in understanding Egyptian Arabic. Egyptians themselves are regarded by other Arabs as the most educated and cultured of all Arabs. Likewise, Egyptian TV, plays, and movies are viewed throughout the Middle East. As you can see in this picture, these are some famous Egyptian actors. Most of them are old, most of them passed away, but they are the most famous Egyptian actors. How about business and economy? The importance of learning Egyptian Arabic is vital if you are intending to travel to the Middle East. If you are going to work in the Middle East, or the Gulf states in particular, you will find that your job will be more rewarding, enjoyable, and easier if you are able to understand, speak, and communicate in your work arena in Arabic. For those engaging in business, investment, real estate, importing and exporting, learning Egyptian Arabic will instantly give you an advantage over your competitors. who have to depend on interpreters and translators to make their important deals. Now let's move to learning tips and some tips about your plan to learn. Schedule your learning periods. For instance, if you have decided to learn Arabic because you are traveling to Egypt, it would be a good idea to start studying at least 6 weeks before traveling. Carry an A5 size is not bad, on which you can write travel some words, names, phrases, sentences, rules, and brief summaries of what you have studied. And whenever you find a free time in traffic or while commuting or on your lunch break or at vacant periods, go over your notes. You will find out more useful information, more useful learning tips, practical learning plans in this book, Speak Arabic as an Egyptian. This is a freebie. You can download it for free from the link below. And please don't hesitate to contact me anytime whenever you have any question or whenever you need any further information. The importance of Egyptian Arabic dialect. Egyptian Arabic is understood across most of the Arabic speaking countries due to broad Egyptian influence on the region. Egyptian media, including cinema, has had a big influence in the Middle East region for more than a century, along with the music industry. While it's primarily a spoken language, the written form is used in novels, plays, and poems, vernacular literature, as well as in comics, advertising, some newspapers, and the transcriptions of popular songs. The total number of Egyptian Arabic users in all countries is over 51 million, 49 million of whom are native speakers in Egypt, including several regional dialects. In addition, there are immigrant Egyptian communities in the Middle East, Europe, North America, Latin America, Australia, and Southeast Asia. Egyptian Arabic is important due to films and other media in the region since the early 20th century. There are a great number of Egyptian teachers and professors who were instrumental in setting up the education systems of various countries in the Arabian Peninsula and also taught there and in other countries such as Algeria and Libya. Many Lebanese artists choose to sing in Egyptian and Lebanese dialects. So, who is this course for? Who should learn Egyptian Arabic? Business persons. Business person who look forward to make business in Egypt or any of the Arab countries, Egyptian Arabic will be very useful for them. People who travel to work in Egypt. Students or travelers who intend to travel for tourism or studying in one of the reputable Egyptian universities like Azhar University. Azhar University is considered one of the oldest universities in the world. Also, people interested in Egypt sightseeing, pharaonic tombs and temples, and Islamic historical architecture. As you can see, this is Azhar University, Cairo, and it could be the second oldest university in the Arab world, if not the first. Who needs this course? Learners who find difficulty in communication in Arabic in their workplaces, people who are interested in learning about Egypt culture and sightseeing, people struggling in learning popular spoken Arabic understood by most of Arab people, people who need information and knowledge about Egypt law, culture, social code, lifestyle and job or study environments. So when you enroll in this course, what are the goals that you are going to achieve? You will be acquainted with necessary knowledge to communicate with native Egyptians in all over the world. You will be provided with speaking skills to converse in daily life situations, for example, going shopping, asking about time, and other various situations. You will have your listening skills developed. In addition, you will learn about history of Arabs, particularly Egyptian official procedure and family life. Now let's start our first lesson. We had the basic information about Egyptian Arabic in particular, Arabic in general. Now let us start our first lesson in Egyptian Arabic course. Hello, as you can see, this is the first lesson in Egyptian Arabic conversation course, and this is dialogue 1. This dialogue 1 is between Jim and Khalid. As you can see, all the text here is written in both Arabic and English, and also English transliteration. As I have said before, English transliteration is the Arabic words written in Latin letters. Here Jim starts the dialogue, and he starts by saying السلام عليكم. Yes, السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. This is the most common greetings in all over the Arab world, not only in Egypt, in all over the Arab world, that you can say it anytime, anywhere. Then Khalid will have to respond by saying وعليكم السلام. Again. وعليكم السلام. Yeah, وعليكم السلام. May peace be upon you too. As you have just noticed, you can click the microphone anytime to listen to the pronunciation and to make sure that you pronounce correct and you are confident of what you are saying. Then Jim continues by saying how are you? ازيك. ازيك. Khalid responds الحمد لله أنا بخير وأنت ازيك؟ الحمد لله أنا بخير وأنت ازيك؟ Thanks God, I am good. And you, how are you? Then Jim says, الحمد لله كويس. إيه الأخبار؟ الحمد لله كويس. Thanks God, I am good. إيه الأخبار? How are you? الأخبار is another form of how are you. We have the first one, إزيك. إزيك, it's how are you. And الأخبار, الحمد لله كويس. إيه الأخبار؟ It's also how are you. Then Khalid responds by saying الحمد لله تمام. Thanks God I am okay. Then we move to part 2 of dialogue 1. When Eleanor comes into the room, Eleanor is a girl name. She starts the dialogue by saying السلام عليكم. Now you notice that Assalamu alaikum is frequently repeated in most of the Arabic dialogues because it is the most popular greeting in all over the Arab world. Eleanor said Assalamu alaikum. Khalid responded by saying وعليكم السلام. وعليكم السلام. ازيك. Eleanor said ازيك. ازيك. How are you? She said how are you to Khalid. Khalid replied by saying الحمد لله كله تمام وانتي ازيك؟ الحمد لله كله تمام. Thanks God I am all set. And you, how are you? You can notice that Eleanor spoke to Khalid by saying ازيك. In other words, she said to him how are you by saying ازيك. Yak with ak at the end. When Khalid asked her about how are you, about her condition or her health, he said ازيك. Listen again and notice this. الحمد لله كله تمام وانتي ازيك؟ ازيك because he speaks to a lady. Yes, when you speak to a lady you say ازيك. When you speak to a man you say ازيك. Eleanor will say الحمد لله. الحمد لله. Thanks God. It's part of the Arab etiquette to say always Alhamdulillah, even if you are not really good, but you have to say it anyway, then you can start explaining what you really are. Now we have a vocabulary list. In this vocabulary list, we have all the vocabulary that we used in the previous dialogues. We start with Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. As you notice, you can click the microphone anytime to listen. You have also the transliteration of the Arabic vocabulary and you have the English translation. This is vocabulary list 2. Now we come to the grammatical notes part. Here we have Assalamu alaikum. This said religious greeting is always addressed by the newcomer to a group and its reply always takes the same form regardless of whom they are addressed to. The same expression can be also used for goodbye when taking one's leave. The S at the beginning is a variant of al, the. We have also ازيك or ازيك, how are you. ازيك when you speak to a man and ازيك when you speak to a woman. Alhamdulillah. Lillah is a contraction of li Allah, meaning to God. It's our etiquette to reply to any inquiry about your health with this phrase, even if you have just broken both of your legs. Bikhair, this means literally in well-being or in a good health. Then we come to cultural tips. Well, in this part we discuss the cultural aspect of Egyptian Arabic or Egyptian culture. We discuss here the cultural notes associated with the dialogues that we have just discussed. In Arabic, you must distinguish between a man and a woman and more than one person when addressing people. The first part of the above dialogue is between two men, so you say ak, meaning you're, to a man in zayak. When you are speaking to a woman, you must say zayik. This is the most common how are you in Egypt. But you may hear also el akhbar, which is similar to zayak, but literally means what is your news. Anyway, you can use both of them interchangeably. It makes no difference whether you yourself are male or female, only who you are speaking to. To speak to more than one person, call the plural form, say ازيكم and ايه أخباركم. Now let's test our memory and let's see if we can remember what we have learned. If we can't remember it, you can practice as many times as you like until you feel confident. As you see here, this is English to Arabic flashcards that test the vocabulary in the dialogues we have just discussed. We have here hello. Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum is a greeting that you can say it. Literally, it means may peace be upon you. It also means hello. How are you to a man or woman? Perfect. ازيك or ازيك. Yes, you got it. Where? What? A. Perfect. Hello? Or maybe swap on you a response? Yes, very good. And instead of saying Assalamu alaikum, you reverse the two words by saying Alaykum Assalam. Take a little bit to make sure that you know it well. You to a man or woman, Anta or Auntie. Yeah, very good. What are your news? Perfect. إيه الأخبار? Well or in well-being. بخير. Very good. Then we have Arabic to English flashcards. Alhamdulillah. Praise be to God. Perfect. A. What? May peace be upon you or hello. Very good. أخبارك. أخبارك. Your news. Very good. عليكم السلام. Yes, perfect. أنت or أنتي. إزيك or إزيك. Yeah, very good. How are you? كويس. Good. Excellent. Very good. This is the end of the first lesson in our Egyptian Arabic conversation course. So why this course? Why this course could be the best for you? Well, you don't need a translator or guide in your journey to Egypt. This course enables learners to communicate freely with Egyptians. This is the only course with many conversations for every situation. It focuses on developing both speaking and listening skills without going through many books. An instant pronunciation of each word and phrase available always for lifetime. It doesn't focus only on language but Egyptian culture too. You will have free listening materials, free study books, language and culture materials. Okay, so after you finish this course, what will you achieve? You will be able to converse in most of daily life situations in Egypt through 40 written and audio conversations. You will have more than 30 culture videos of Egypt, vocabulary flashcards to practice anytime, anywhere. You will have direct contact with an instructor to inquire about anything, anytime. I hope you have enjoyed this introductory lesson and the actual lesson of the Egyptian Arabic conversation course. Now we come to the last part of this lesson, the study modes. We have three options to study this course. The first option is one-to-one. In this option, which is the easiest option because you can choose your available time or available day and time that you want to study on, or you can enroll in a group lesson course, and this is more affordable course because you study with a group of people who are interested in Egyptian Arabic conversation, and you motivate and encourage each other in learning together, and you also meet every specific day of the week at a certain time. At last, you have a self-paced learning, and in this model or in this option, you just purchase the material and you study it by yourself anytime, whenever you are available, whenever you have availability, whenever you have time, and you always have constant access to the teacher to ask him about anything. I hope you have learned something new about Egypt today. I hope this encouraged you to start learning Egyptian Arabic. It is not difficult, it's easy, and you have seen that everything is accessible for you. Just start and let me know if there is any difficulty. I would be happy to help you. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.